Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Tonight we're going to do a quick video on the dragon. Going to make this into a three-part video pretty much. We're going to talk about, in this first video, the dragon skills. Dragon skills that will be helpful for PvP. Talk a little bit about the character and the things that have changed with the new update for the dragon. So quickly going into that, we're going to be talking about the brutal side of the character. Pretty much if you're going to be PvP, you want to leave your dragon in brutal. It's a character and you have to pay assault power now based on your level to determine how much of a bonus for attack, defense, and health that your dragon will benefit all of your troops. Now with that being taken care of, let's go ahead and talk about the different skills that we want to have in our assault for PvP. So going right into it, I already did a video, however, I was smart enough to not record the video that I made. It was a much longer video, so today, and because I've been asked to keep the video just a little shorter, and that's a good idea. It's been a little longer, and you guys probably know most of what I'm going to be talking about. I just want to be as thorough as possible. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about the attack skills and just the different setup that we want to have. Now, I still have yet to change the skills since I forgot to record the video, so that's why you'll see my Guardian skills and my Dragon Blessing at really low levels. That is completely on accident, and it's not meant to be that way. And I'll go into that a little bit. But based on your dragon level determines how many spaces you can have for your dragon skills. Now at my level, I can have all of the dragon skills, and you may as well have the same situation. And this is the dragon skills that I personally use and that I personally recommend that people use. Now you'll notice right off the bat there is no siege in these skills, and that's simply because I don't care about any benefits of my troops attacking siege. Siege don't attack back. They're literally just going to be taking hits after I kill everyone on the opponent team. Again, through the troop formation video, they stand in the back, except for some, but I would not personally recommend that if you were to have those siege to send them into battle, because they're going to be up front and they're going to die, and then you're going to have to heal them up. So right off the bat, if you're a lower level, Dragon Blessing your wounded conversion is really helpful. To me, it isn't as much at this point. Stats trump everything. Wounded conversion is a great stat. You know, it keeps your troops from dying. So I highly recommend that if you're a lower level, or if you're going for someone who's equally matched with you, that you have that stat as the highest stat that you up then max out first prior to March capacity. So that's when you'll see the first slot is my Dragon Blessing. Max that out first. Try to use all your assault points on that as possible. It maxes out per level, so the higher level of dragon you have, the higher level skill you can have. Moving forward onto the March capacity, that's also another great skill. It's more of something supplemental. There's other ways to increase your March capacity, as with the wounded conversion in research or Lord talent points. So, as well as, of course, you're going to have your stronghold level primarily dictating this. So I highly recommend that. This is a strong stat for you. However, it isn't the strongest stat. You'll see it definitely trumps all other levels of stats that I have, but that's because it's the first skill that you unlock. Now, after that, we have Bowmen versus Infantry. This is a great stat because you want to be able to break those barriers of your opponent. So it's really important to be able to get that edge and have that higher stat in having your opponent's infantry, their damage absorbers, dying. And you'll also see that is my second highest stat, but also my highest intensity crystal level. Now, moving to the right of that, it's the exact opposite. It's your infantry's ability to oppose that damage that the enemy bowmen will be doing to them so that they can live longer. so that they can protect your troops from casualties as much as possible. When I go into battle or when I'm defending, my biggest losses are always my infantry because they're that first line of defense. Then moving forward from that, we go into Bowmen versus Calvary. So this is going into the sunken line of defense. So if you're having a higher level dragon, you're going to be able to have that higher ability to pursue and get into your enemy's troop formation. So I started off with that first line of defense. Now we're going into the second line. So this is going to be my Bowmen versus Calvary damage. And then it's going to be the exact opposite, my infantry versus cavalry damage. It's not really exact opposite. However, this is protecting your first line from their second line, which is the goal, is you want to keep that first line of your side alive as long as possible. Now, moving forward from that, if you can afford this based on your dragon level, I went ahead and did Calvary Attack versus Infantry. So this is pretty much the opposite of your Bowmen versus your Calvary, and this is just to, again, offensive stat, you're hoping that you're doing better than the opponent is, and that you can go ahead and do some extra damage with your Calvary, because, again, they're designed not only to absorb some damage, but also to deal some damage, so you're increasing that ability. And then we have the Calvary versus Bowman damage, all the way at the end. And that would be a pretty much maxed out dragon skill level. So depending on your dragon level, I believe you unlock that final level at 45. So this is really important. You want to try to balance everything out based on how many assault points you have and your dragon level. Everyone is in a different situation. But with these two guardian skills, the infantry, like damage reductions against Bowmen and Calvary, these are extremely important because they're taking from a different pool of points and they're no longer affecting how many levels you can put into that, and it's also the fact that you can now put that into attack. So this is very important. Now let's go ahead and move forward into defense, and you will notice it is relatively the exact same. The only difference is now that we have Bowmen versus siege damage. I don't put any levels into that because I don't think it's important at all. And then you'll see at the end, least important is the wound conversion. And this is simply because in a defense, unless it's KVK, you won't have any losses until your hospital capacity is reached. And at that point, wounded conversion will do you no good. So this is a purely KVK skill. So if you participate in KVK and you're holding towers and a throne, you want to have levels into your dragon blessing. So this pretty much will cover the dragon skills, which is the first part of the video. I hope everyone enjoyed the video and learned something. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you want me to do a longer and more thorough video, I would be more than happy to do that. Thank you.